Hello and welcome back to the Two is Better Than One podcast. I'm Zara and my co-host is
Rachel.
Rachel Crawford. Just a quick little intro before we jump into today's podcast. We did film this one live on Facebook, so if you wanted to check us out, we are visually up online. So if you wanted to check out that live stream, then just click on over to our Facebook page. If not, just keep listening. And today we talked about weight loss again. All right, jumping in. This is the first ever live.
Yay!
So congrats to us for that.
So now we have two.
I can't see who it is though.
We can't see who you are. Can you make a little comment so we know who you are as we go along? That'd be cool.
Okay, cool. So today we are going to go into part 2 about weight loss. We thought we'd talk about the 5 easiest things you can do in terms of weight loss. Just keeping it nice and simple, because once you've started, you don't want to overcomplicate it, because that's where we often trip it and fall.
People love simple.
Yeah.
People want steps. People want you to say to them, this is what I want you to do. A, B, C.
Yes. And then if you
then tick, if you can
do that, then you'll get there.
You'll have success.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to try and do that for you today.
Okay, cool. Let's just jump into it then.
Right,
shall we? Okay.
Let's dive in. Isn't that what they say?
Let's dive in.
There was a visual there.
For those who aren't listening.
If we can get an audio off this, we'll do that later.
Yeah, okay, cool. All right. So step 1, what is it?
So, 5 veg and 2 fruit.
How basic's that? It seems easier. I suppose some people might find it hard, particularly with families and stuff, fitting in 5 vegetables and fruit, not so much. It's got your sugar kick, which is really good.
So people are happy to eat fruit. It's the veggies. Where people. So I often say try and get it in every meal. Breakfast can sometimes be tricky for some people.
Yeah.
But and then I remind them of things like, how about some mushies on toast? Ooh, yeah.
That's right. Yes.
Or,
not so much for me. I don't like mushrooms, but for other people.
Yeah. Or an omelette.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm big on eggs, so.
Yeah. So, and with eggs, you can hide lots of stuff in it as well. I always recommend to my clients an egg muffin sort of thing, where you can just chop up a few veggies and hide it in there.
If you've got kids, you grate it up and put a bit of cheese in there, salt and pepper, and some herbs and stuff. And then the kids, you got to make it tasty, and the kids will actually eat it.
Yeah. And I find too that if you're getting kids to participate in the cooking, they're more inclined to eat it.
Yes.
Because then they're proud of what they've done.
Yeah.
And they're more likely to.
And they want to try it because they did it themselves.
Yeah. That's it.
And what about veggies for snacks?
Obviously you got your carrot sticks, your celery sticks, bit of hummus or, something with it. Chickpea dip's good too, full of protein and everything. And it doesn't, those 5 veggies don't include your legumes, but I mean, I would fit it in there as well.
Yeah.
Your legumes and your nuts and everything still have lots of benefit to it as well.
Yeah, and you've got to get those in anyway.
Yeah.
I often eat a salad for morning tea. And I'll have, later on I'll have lunch and it'll be leftovers.
Yeah.
So, and it's enough to keep me going and...
Yeah, no, that is good.
If you've got time,
yeah.
That's the only thing. You're looking for something quick and easy though. That's where your veggie sticks are really good.
Yeah. And just something to be mindful of when you're eating your salads is just your dressing on top.
Yeah.
So a good way to keep your dressing healthy is just a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper, and that'll...
I do the whole balsamic vinegar and olive oil.
That's great too. Yeah. Just trying to watch out for ones that are too processed though. You want the real balsamic vinegar. Oh, yeah. So you can get your different ones. There's a real
and I don't look, I just buy it.
Yeah, no. So there's ones that are specifically like a dressing. Balsamic vinegar.
No,
no, you want the...
I buy the balsamic vinegar. Yes, with nothing added. Not the dressing, but just the balsamic vinegar.
Yeah.
Make my own.
Yeah.
I'm doing the right thing?
Yes.
Yeah, winning.
Yes. And then in terms of fruit, fruit's a great thing for breakfast. Super easy.
Oh, yeah.
One thing to be mindful of with your servings of fruit is like sometimes we think, oh, juice. That's a quick, easy way to get my healthy, fruit in. But usually you're putting how many servings of fruit? Usually it's not just one
piece
of fruit.
You juice 4 oranges, but would you eat 4 oranges? No.
No, that's a bit much.
You're better off just eating 1 orange instead of juicing 4.
Yeah.
Because if you do so, you're missing out on all the fibre and all the good stuff there, and just drinking the calories.
Yeah, that's all it is, isn't it?
Avoid drinking calories.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fruit's great.
Mm-hmm.
Easy to get in the 2 fruit.
Yeah.
What about more veg for lunch?
More veg for lunch. Once again, your salad, you can't go wrong really. But even say for people that are working, and they only have that short lunch break or whatever, you want something really quick and easy and that you can meal prep really easy for. There's nothing wrong with frozen vegetables.
Yeah, I was going to mention that too.
Yeah, just there's nothing wrong with it.
And you can get the single serve packs and you can just stick them in the microwave and
super quick and easy.
Yeah, a bit of salt and pepper.
Yep.
And maybe a tin of tuna or something.
Yep, tuna,
or some leftover
chicken. Yep. Super easy.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that it's not good for you, the frozen stuff.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it lasts forever in the freezer.
Yeah. It doesn't taste as good and it doesn't cook up as good as fresh.
Yep.
But it's still got all the nutrients in it.
Yeah. And it's super cheap. You can buy it in bulk.
Yeah.
You can't really go wrong with it. Then dinner. Dinner's pretty.
That's where everyone could always fit more veg in.
And less carbs. So sometimes with dinner, the super quick, easy thing is like a pizza or, pizza's okay. It's all balanced.
It's
or
the things
pasta.
pastas.
Yeah.
Like spag bol and that. They don't think about, I'm just eating meat and pasta or...
Yeah, and cheese.
And cheese.
You got to have cheese on top of
And then people say,
spaghetti.
but I grate in a carrot. I'm like, that's 1 carrot.
Yeah.
For 5 people. That's not a cup of veggies each.
That's not a serving.
A serving is a cup. So you're going to think of that. How am I going to get a couple of cups on my plate?
Yeah.
It's not from grating 1 carrot into your spag bol dish.
No, unfortunately not.
Maybe have a big salad on the side. That's always good.
Yeah.
So eat your spag bol.
Portion down the actual spag bol.
Yeah.
And then up the portion of your salad on the side.
Yeah. And just cut out. Have the salad instead of the garlic bread.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a great one actually.
Just swap that one out.
Yeah, that's it.
We're always happy to have garlic bread with it.
Because it's a classic. Good. Yeah,
Garlic's good for you, isn't it?
It is. You can put garlic in your spag bol.
Yeah, there you go.
If you want the garlic, if that's the thing.
Okay, right.
But
5 veg, it's a tough one.
It's a lot. When you put that into perspective, it's a lot of veg. And it's also just that's the peak. If you're hitting 5 serves of vegetables every day, that's really good.
You're doing good.
Really, really good. But just work towards that. Yeah. Just keep that number in the back of your mind.
And people think those are, why am I eating more food? How is that going to help me lose weight? It's a trick.
We were talking about this before about how people are so focused on how many calories it does this mean. You shouldn't be worrying. If you want to keep weight loss simple, do not worry about your calorie intake. Just worry about the quality of food that's fueling your body. So for example, you could get a Mars bar, or you could have literally a whole plate of broccoli. Which one's going to...
You probably have 4 plates of broccoli.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What are you going to get? I like to say, what's better bang for your buck?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
So, you can buy one, chocolate bar for $3, or you can buy $3 worth of veggies and, wow, Huge, massive difference. And you've got to remember that your digestive system uses a lot of calories.
That's right.
So if you're eating lots of food, you have to digest that food. So and that's boosting your metabolism. Yeah. Also helping you with your weight loss.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Shall we move on to the next one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Number 2 is walking.
Woo! How easy is walking?
It's so easy. For most people, everyone can do it.
Yeah, yep. Like, I know for some people it can actually be really hard. We get lots of clients in that are, like, have lots of weight to lose.
Yeah.
But walking is the first step.
Yeah.
Literally, no pun intended, first step.
Sad dad jokes.
But even if it's not walking and say you have an injury with your legs or whatever, it's just it's about that step count. It's about not sitting down for too long.
Just moving more.
Yeah. So what I always say to my clients, and what we sort of learned in uni, was that 10,000 step count that everyone hears about, got to reach 10,000 steps. It's a good number to hit, but it's also something you can progress to. So that 10,000 is pretty much just implying that if you're walking consistently throughout your day, so if you're not sitting down for longer than an hour period at a time and you're getting up and walking afterwards for about between 10 to 30 minutes. You should be
getting close to that
10,000 steps. Yeah.
It does seem like a lot.
Yeah.
And if you know you're not going to do it, you have to force yourself to go for a walk.
Absolutely.
And that means you may have to get out of bed early.
Yeah.
Walk in the dark.
Yeah.
In the cold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which people do.
Yep.
Believe it or not.
Yep.
Excuses show poor character, peoples.
You just, yeah.
Sometimes you just have to do it.
Yeah.
And just a little tip that is part of my weight management program is I've been telling my clients that I've been working with through the weight management side of things is the 7 rule, and one includes 7,000 steps. So I want them, and we're going to talk about sleep and water, but it's 7,000 steps, 7 hours of sleep, and 7 glasses of water. So if they can do minimum that, that's one of the rules that I give to them.
Yeah, definitely. That's great.
Do you like the 777?
That's easy. Easy to remember. Yeah, really straightforward too. And achievable. It's not so high of a number as like 10,000 that you go, oh, I haven't done enough. Like 7,000 is still...
It's still good. And if they hit the 10, they're going to feel they're really achieving there.
Yeah. Goals. Yeah.
Walking's great.
Yeah. That's the thing with goals in general. Like, you gotta pull back sometimes. Sometimes we're a bit too ambitious with our goals.
Yeah. Especially if you're doing 3,000 steps a day and someone says to you, you have to do 10,000 steps a day. Oh. Whoa. Yeah. Like, really?
What a jump.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you've got to lose 40 kilos of weight. You should do that now. It's like...
I don't want you to lose 3 kilos a week.
Yeah. Like, no. God, no. Too much. Keep it simple. Okay.
Moving on.
Next
one.
We're on a roll.
Is sleep.
Yeah. So once again, 7.
We're going to go with the 7.
7 hours sleep.
8 hours is better. Yeah. That's optimal. I started going to bed. I was finding I was really struggling at the end of the day, energy-wise, and that affected my training as well and my choices of foods that I was eating. And it was because I was sluggish and tired because I wasn't getting quite enough sleep. So I started going to bed 10 minutes earlier, 15 minutes early, 20, and I ended up going to bed half an hour earlier. Oh my gosh.
What a difference.
The difference
half hour makes.
Nuts. It was, at the end of the day, I had so much more energy, all because I trained myself to go to bed half an hour earlier. Yeah. And it's just, I can't believe it changed my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sleep is so underrated.
So important. There's things, and we could talk a whole topic on this.
Which we
we should probably get an expert in, a sleep expert in. But what your body does when it's asleep, all the cleaning out, all the homework, it's incredible. It is so important to your health.
Yeah. In every aspect. In your weight management, in your stress, in your energy levels, like, yeah, everything. Literally everything. It's so in depth. But we're keeping it simple today.
Yeah, so let's go with 7 hours of sleep.
Yeah, yep. And so what do you recommend for your clients as tips to get into the habit of getting that half hour?
Going to bed earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. All those things like having a bedtime routine, no screens right before going to sleep, trying different things like listening to a podcast or relaxation music or meditation, anything that's going to calm you, bring you down, especially if you find yourself working, and then bang, you come home, you have dinner, you have a shower, and then you got to try and wind down. So, and most people will sit in front of the TV where you get caught up in a TV show and then you're up for longer than what you thought. So you got to try and work around those habits and break those habits to be able to set yourself a bedtime where you know, because we pretty much wake up at the same time every morning. We have to for work, or your body clock says get up.
Yep.
So
or the kids are waking you up.
Exactly.
Or, you know,
Yeah.
Yep. And so, like, I always liken it to what do you do for your kids?
Oh, yeah.
How do your kids feel when they're not getting enough sleep? It is the exact same for
they're
you.
horrible little things.
And you can...
They're feral.
Yeah. Are you talking
not about you at all. You were lovely when you were tired. You were so sweet. Hot.
I'm sure I was perfect.
Oh, the perfect child. I could tell you stories, but I'm not going to.
Okay, no, let's not.
Maybe later.
Yeah, we'll work into that. I want to get them on my good side. But if it's the same thing. Even though kids have less control over their emotions, obviously. So we're just better at hiding it. But I still feel like we're not getting enough sleep. We're still a little bit cranky, or we're just things like that. You're just overly emotional, and then that emotion can also lead to emotional eating and
bad food choices and
feeling so
tired.
That
spiral that you talked about last week.
Yeah, feeling so tired that you don't want to exercise, and then that lack of exercise leads to a lack of motivation.
Down you go.
So that's why starting off with sleep is such a good one to begin with, even.
Feel sorry for those shift workers that really, I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you see a lot of nurses struggling with their weight. Your brothers working out at the mine, Luke in particular, was saying to me how some of his work colleagues really struggle with their weight and their health and making poor food choices because they're just eating to keep them going through the shift.
So staying awake. That energy.
And they just, and yes, you probably do need lots of calories to keep you going through those shifts.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But going back to the bang for your buck, are there, things that they should be eating maybe that are a bit denser, or higher in carbs, like veggies that like carrot and corn, things like that.
Yeah.
That will give them that little sustained energy besides eating, cakes and lollies.
And relying on energy drinks.
Yeah.
They've also mentioned to me a lot about that. And then imagine what that type of sugar intake and caffeine intake does for when you're ready to go to sleep.
Yeah. How do they wind down and...
Yeah.
They just crash because they'd be exhausted.
Yeah.
And then they've got to change their whole rhythm for their sleep to try and get back into, then they have the 7 off and then they're back onto days.
Yeah. You've got to prioritize your health, or else that type of work isn't sustaining.
No.
So if you want to be in it for the long haul, you've got to
look after your body.
Yeah.
And try and
got to be in peak physical condition to be able to do that sort of thing. So that's it. That's with labor jobs in general. It's so funny how many labourers you get that say, oh, I do enough physical activity at work.
Yeah.
It's yes, but imagine how much easier your job would be if you...
If we strengthen those muscles around your sore knees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or, we made you just that little bit stronger. So when you are lifting those heavy things, it's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
So by the end of the day, that's a hard one though. Yeah.
Maybe we could get someone in that does that shift work, and they can ask us questions throughout the podcast about their habits and how we would suggest them to.
Or we could get someone who has got really good habits and share how they
do it
the right way.
Definitely. Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah,
that would be really, really cool.
Look at that.
Cool.
All right, so we talked about sleep. Number 4, water.
So once again, a super easy one. So just supplementing water for your drinks that have calories in it.
Yeah, just drink water. And it helps you on a cellular level as well. Helps everything function properly, your liver, kidneys.
Yep.
Making sure, because you don't need to go on a green tea detox diet because your liver does your detoxing for you. That's what it's designed to do.
Yeah.
So it won't, that green tea fancy drink with all the herbs in it won't get the toxins out of your body.
I don't even know what they're talking about.
I don't even...
When they talk about toxins.
And you ask them, what toxins? And they can't tell you.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I went to uni for 3 years and I never but exercise and I never... Toxins.
No, toxins. What are those toxins? You get those... The liver does your cleaning.
Yeah.
It's good. So water definitely does help.
So what's some tips that you would give your clients?
I've got 20 tips here.
Got so many.
This for my group the other day. Okay, 20 ways to stay hydrated. I'll try and run through these quickly. Check if you're hungry or thirsty. You might actually be thirsty, okay? So instead of going for that food, have a drink of water first because you might be thinking, you're hungry when really you're not.
Yeah, particularly after dinner.
Yeah.
So often we're eating really salt-dense meals at dinner, so that is your carbs and stuff like your spaghetti and everything is high in that sodium, which dehydrates us.
Yeah.
So often that's that connection of feeling like you need something else after dinner, but really it's probably just thirst.
Your body's usually telling you that it needs something, but you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So try a glass of water.
Yeah.
Have your water with you all the time. So in a bottle, in your handbag, in your sports bag, whatever. Drink only water, nothing else. That's a good one.
Yep.
I couldn't live without my coffee though.
Yeah.
Don't drink any other drinks. So if you like to spoil yourself with a glass of juice or something, don't drink it unless you've drunk 2 litres of water in the day. I like that one.
Great tip.
Yeah. Then you've got things you can add to your water. You could add some lemon or lime. You could add some mint and cucumber. There are some, disclaimer here, I'm not a nutritionist, but there are some essential oils that you can ingest and you can add a drop of an essential oil, but make sure they're high quality, proper essential oils that you can ingest to your water. Frozen fruit's another one. You can add frozen fruit and you can eat it after you've drunk your water.
Nice.
Some people like it really cold, so maybe have some ice. Drink it out of a straw is another way. A lot of people, I know, I used to drink my bourbon and Coke and carve a little quicker with a straw. I don't drink that anymore.
Disclaimer.
Get yourself a fancy drink bottle or a fancy glass to drink out of. Get a larger bottle than what you normally use. Empty your drink bottle before you leave work. Log the amount write it down, how much water you're drinking. Have a glass of water after you go to the bathroom. Have a glass of water or have a sip of water, whatever, every hour.
Yep.
On the hour, that's a good one.
Yep.
Set an alarm on your phone to drink and don't touch the alarm until after you've
Finish
drink.
drinking it.
You gotta listen to that alarm until you get that water into you.
True.
Set yourself a goal to have so much before lunch or so much before dinner. Another one is get a glass and put 7 rubber bands around it, and each time you drink that glass, take a rubber band off.
I love that.
Do you like that one?
Yes, that's great.
Yeah. And there are some drink bottles that you can get that have like the amount of water and time as well. There's been some I've seen where there's got the time on there. So
yeah, that's awesome.
yeah, they're pretty cool. So there you
Sweet.
go.
Oh,
Do you like those?
I love those. That's great.
Some good tips there.
Yeah. No, that's brilliant. Super easy. Really important.
Yeah.
Helps with your weight loss. Yeah.
Water.
Awesome. All right. What's next?
Portion control is number 5.
Last one.
Last
Woo.
one.
And it's a big one.
Massive one.
Yep.
Where should we... Let's not talk too long about it.
Okay, let's try and keep it easy.
Okay.
Nice and easy. So
Simple.
whenever I get a client that's like, I just feel like I'm eating way too much food, I often say to them, like, look at your plate. And once again, it comes back to that 5 veggie rule.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you want half of that plate to be your veggies, and then the rest, like a little bit of meat, a little bit of carb, and you're good. Carb includes your potatoes, might I add. So it's, some people try and sneak in that as a vegetable, but that's cheating.
Lemon chips.
I know, it's my favorite food, but it's cheating. Another thing is to purposely purchase smaller plates. So I always mention to my clients, actually, when we moved into our old place and it had the retro washing machine in it back from 1977.
The dishwasher, yeah.
And
sounds like a 747 taking off
like,
when you turn it on. Like
it was shaking the whole floor, yeah. Well, I always bring that up, and how our dinner plates wouldn't fit in the dishwasher.
I had to go and find smaller
plates because our portion size has just
our
plates have gotten bigger and bigger and bigger.
I did that in my last. I had some stats on what sizes they were and what year.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, I should have mentioned it.
So what size the plates were in centimeters and what year and how they've gotten bigger and bigger over the years. I'll find those stats and I'll put it on the post.
Yeah. What would your theory be as to why our portion sizes have gotten bigger over time?
Oh, it's just the way society has gone with food. It's just so abundant and
so much
accessible.
Of it. Yeah.
That I think that's the only reason why.
Yeah.
We just you can get food like that.
Yeah. So quick and easy.
Easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas,
absolutely.
50 years ago, a lot of people were growing their food.
Yeah, it was in your backyard, or at least what the locals were bringing to the farmers market.
Yeah.
Or,
and they'd go to the market once a month or whatever. And times were tougher and
because food is so processed now, it's so much cheaper, hence the accessibility and everything. Yeah. But because it's so processed, they can also make it in bulk on a way cheaper from a business perspective. And so
everything's got transport's got better, distribution of food across the country has gotten, well, not so much with COVID, but that's held different things up, but normally just accessibility to food.
It's just it's crazy to think that that has changed.
It is so much,
so drastically. So coming back to it, smaller plates, trying to find that, because your mind it's almost like you're playing a trick on your mind. The bigger and fuller your plate is, the more full you feel by the end of it. So that's a good way to help with your portions. What's another tip that you would give your clients in terms of portion sizing?
I think we eat way too much protein.
Yeah.
When I say, and people have heard this before, eat a piece of steak the size of the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
And it still stands true. You don't need, and if you're weighing it as well, you're incredibly blown away by how much you actually don't need.
Yeah.
So we're way overeating in our protein. So have a little bit of carbs with it, because that's going to fill you up. Have your bit of protein and heaps of veg.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the simplest way to look at it.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Yep.
Any other portion control tips? I could give you heaps, but
yeah,
I
think that's
my
the
mind
easiest.
goes to mindful eating and all of that, but as far as sizes, don't get caught up in counting your macros and stuff. Oh, I need to have 13 grams of carbohydrates and 14 grams. No, you don't. Don't worry.
If you're a
about
professional athlete and you need to see an exercise scientist and a nutritionist to do that, then yes. But if you're just looking at losing weight and you've got limited resources, keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it.
There is the healthy food plate. You would have seen that.
Oh, yeah.
The dietitians use.
There's plenty of those around too.
Or it's all on the Australian Healthy Eating Guide website.
Yeah, so you'll find that you won't see that pyramid anymore. That's outdated. I don't even know how that was even invented in the first place.
Yeah.
That's a whole other topic. But yeah, you'll find that like the Australian recommendations now are what a plate should look like. And and it takes into account your water and your other foods outside of that plate. That are just the one-offs, not everydays.
Yeah. Wow.
Cool.
Okay, so there are 5 tips for easy steps for losing weight.
Whoop, whoop. Hopefully that's helped you guys a little bit.
Yeah.
Key is to keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Start off with maybe one of those things. Once you've got that down pat, then jump on to the next one.
Yeah.
Which one would you recommend starting with? I'd say sleep.
Sleep's a good one. That's a not so scary one.
Yeah.
Because food, people freak out. Don't take my chocolate away from me.
Yeah. Oh, it's too hard.
Sleep and water are both 2 easy ones to try and change your habits first.
Water's good too, yeah.
But, to really get some results, you need to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. And so you do have to change what you're eating.
Yeah. It's 80%.
Eventually.
It is 80% what we're eating, and then 20% is weight loss. Is exercise when it comes to weight loss. Yeah. Yep. So if you can get into a good habit of figuring out those 2, water and sleep, once you know you can establish a good habit, move on to bigger ones that might scare you a little bit, like your food, but then your food is going to be the biggest difference when it comes to your results. Yeah. So
don't be hard on yourself. You can do it. It's just changing those habits and creating new ones. Yeah. Healthy ones.
Yeah. All right, cool. Thanks for joining me again. Well, should I say joining you here, because this is your house?
We're in my house.
Yes. The new house. Yay. So exciting. We might eventually, at the moment, the camera is sitting on a styrofoam like easy box. So we might, grow eventually. We may even get a second microphone.
Table and chairs?
Maybe.
A second microphone.
I know.
Can I have headphones?
Yes, that way you can hear as well. And if we're having a guest, we may even need
a third one. Now that's going way too far.
That's too much. Too much.
Oh, I don't think there's any revenue from this. Maybe when we get some sponsors.
It's a good hobby though.
Oh, it is. It's great. I love it. It's fun.
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
Yeah. Oh, before we head off, recommendations. Do you have any in terms of weight loss again? Books or... I was going to say in terms of... your sleep, there's heaps of apps. So the Calm app So Calm as in like CALM.
Oh, yes.
It's
very popular.
a really good one. It is a paid subscription, but you can get some of it for free. Just depends what you want out of it. The story times are really good. So say if you have kids and you're trying to get them into the habit of winding down, it can be, there's kids ones on there, but there's also adult ones. So that's really cool. It goes through breathing techniques so that you can practice a little bit of meditation before you go to bed. And I think it even has an alarm on there. So it'll automatically indicate, okay, you should be trying to go to sleep now, and then you should be asleep by now. So that's a good tracker. I would recommend that app. It's really good. I'm wondering if I can't think of any other apps, but there's probably so many out there for water intake if you wanted to track it that way. There's MyFitnessPal.
I'd say MyFitnessPal is the one that I recommend to people that love tracking.
Yeah.
And you can log everything in there. Everything. It's pretty comprehensive.
Does it track stress levels and sleep and stuff like that?
Oh, I don't know. You might be able to... I've only got the basic one, and I haven't really... I'm really hopeless at tracking. So I'll put one day in and then forget about it.
The next.
And it just keeps push notifications. You haven't logged your lunch today.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Turn off notifications.
Yeah, but I'm sure it can do lots of fancy stuff. And that's probably a spot where you can journal and write notes and stuff about.
Yeah. That would be a good thing to do, I think, to track your sleep and stress sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, you've got your smartwatches and that can track your sleep as well, your Fitbits and things like that.
Yeah. Well, I would suppose I'd also recommend a Fitbit or like a tracker for your walking and everything as well. Oh, yeah,
that's a must.
Yeah. Or at least is it a
pedometer?
Yeah.
That's what
Old school.
1990s.
But
the
some
little
people...
ones that used to clip onto your...
Yeah, your little jeans. But you can even find ones that you can attach to your shoes or...
you can pick them up as cheap as like $15.
From Kmart.
A little pedometer.
Yeah.
And or just most people, if you've got your phone on you all the time, then your phone can track your steps as well.
Yep. All right, cool. Done and dusted. Talked for another 37 minutes.
When we talk about our next podcast, that will be... Hopefully we'll have a guest.
Woo!
Well, I was talking to one of my clients. She's an accountant, and she wanted to get on here and just talk smack. Like just
about us probably, and about how hard we train her. Or at least you. It's been a while since I've had
she's a crack up. But I said to her, why don't you talk about financial health for us? And she goes, oh, I never thought about that. I'm like, I do that all day, every day.
Yeah.
Finance.
She's so funny.
So
we love her.
I suppose we could do that. But yeah, so I'm hoping she's available next weekend.
Yeah. Well, I suppose let's open it up to Q&A as well.
Oh, yeah.
Keep posting comments, please, so that we can do a Q&A portion.
Please leave a comment if you've gotten to this far in, you've actually still watching, and let us know if you've got any questions about any of the things that we've talked about, anything that you'd like to hear us talk about. We would love to cover them. We also have an email address if you want to... Rachel@crawfordfitness.com.au. Oh, do you have oh no, you've got yours. We've got the 2 is better than 1 podcast at gmail.com, and the 2 is spelt with the number 2 and 1 is spelt with the number 1. So if you wanted to send through... What is it, Zara and Rachel? No, Rachel at... No, it's just at gmail.com. Oh, okay, at Gmail. It's not a domain. Right. Oh, gosh. Have we got the domain name? We better look and see if we can... I bet you it's gone. Probably. Why have we not looked at that? Well, I've looked at I've looked up podcasts to see if I could find anything with this name, and I couldn't find anything. Okay. So, all right. I'm sure there's plenty of things out there though that are domain. We'll have a look and see if the domain name's available. Bet you it's not, but
Oh, well, we're just doing this for fun.
Hey, they're getting really good information.
Yeah, definitely.
I think so.
I hope so.
Who's watching? We still don't even know who's watching. Can you comment?
Well, we've had a few, I think.
Oh, come on and off. That's cool. Thanks for watching.
Too easy. All right. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Mama.
Thank you, my baby girl.
And
see
we'll
you
see you
next
guys
week.
next time. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, guys.